Thank you everyone so much for being here. Good morning, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Good morning, Minnesota. We are so honored to be here with you guys today. My name is Brittany Kaiser, and I am honored to be the campaign manager for Brock Pierce for president. It has been such a pleasure and such a learning journey to be able to work with incredible candidates like Brock Pierce and Carla Ballard, independent candidates for president and vice president of these beautiful United States of America. Over the past many months, as we have been working on our journey to build up a movement for independence, we have learned so much across these great United States. What we have learned is that there is something that ties us all together. There are important issues in this country that every single American does agree upon. There are certain issues that we all see as being able to unite behind to move our country forward. And that's why we have all been working so incredibly hard to bring unity to our political system. Unity that gets around the partisan politics that are not allowing us to build and rebuild what this great nation really can be. So again, I'm so pleased to be here in what is considered the most independent thinking state in the United States. The great state of Minnesota is a place that has a track record of pushing forth, nominating, and voting for independent candidates for big positions such as senator and governor of this great state. And it is my ultimate pleasure now to be able to introduce you to Senator Dean Barkley, who served this great state as senator and also worked tirelessly in order to help our independent governor, Jesse Ventura, to get into his office. So as a leader of the independence movement across the United States, and especially in the state of Minnesota, I would like to give a big round of applause for Senator Dean Barkley.
Thanks. It's my pleasure to be here. Nice September day in Minnesota. This is deja vu. It was exactly 28 years ago when I started my political journey in Minnesota. Over the SOB, the state office building, when I unveiled my circus wagon, where I had my mother and sister build me a float. It had an elephant and a donkey inside that caged float. They were munching on pack money. They had a big sign over that that says, "Please don't feed these animals. Vote independent." That was my first creative idea of how to start a movement to challenge the duopoly system that we've been living with now my whole lifetime and most everybody's. And I've had some ups and downs. I decided then as an independent you need a political party or an organized group of independents. So I formed the Independent Party in 1984. Then I made the party status. Ran for the U.S. Senate 3 times. And then I discovered a wrestler named Jesse Ventura in 2008. And I discovered this guy right here. So I followed him for a year. Got him to announce for governor, and that's the rest is history. We did shock the world. Well, a lot of time has gone since Jesse was governor. And now she's kind of in semi-retirement. And about 2 weeks ago, I got a call from Frank McCain, one of the leaders of the New York movement. He said, "I got a guy you pass my litmus test. Being a successful businessman, movie star, and so on. Democrats and Republicans, viable alternative. Decided to put his talent, his money, where his mouth is, and try to help organize the independence movement. We right now, this represent as many Democrats and Republicans are independents. And that's why I consented to be his director of operations for Minnesota. So enough about me. And let me
All right, well, so good to be home. For those that don't know, I'm from Minnesota, born and raised, and every time I'm here, it brings me some of the fondest memories of my childhood. You know, spending time on the lakes in the summers, playing baseball, or spending time on the ice in the winter, ice skating, maybe ice fishing, and also, you know, having had a chance to grow up as a performer, as an actor. I got my start in acting here in Minnesota, and I was blessed to take a role playing Gordon Bombay in the Mighty Ducks or young Emilio Estevez. You know, learning these important moves like the flying V and important lessons about how ducks fly together. And that led to my moving to California, continuing my acting career, making, I think, a relevant movie right now called First Kid, where I played the son of the President of the United States of America. And ended up in business, doing a bunch of things. But I'm honored and grateful to be here to announce that we are on the ballot in Minnesota for President of the United States. And so our vision for America is a united America. Our vision for America is an America where no one is left behind. Our vision for America is an America with clean air, clean water, a clean earth, recognizing our responsibility as custodians, as stewards for future generations. Our vision for America is an honest America built on truth and transparency, an America of, for, and by the people, one of harmony and prosperity for all. It's time for leadership that understands how to solve 21st century problems, recognizing that we need 21st century solutions, generally founded on innovation. Technology is probably the number one issue our country faces today. artificial intelligence is going to change the world in ways that dwarf what the internet and what automation has done, and it's going to do it quickly. What we do over the course of the next decade is not only going to determine the fate of this nation, but quite possibly for all of humanity. It's worth noting that technology is amoral. Technology is neither good or bad. The impact of technology is determined by the way in which we use it, which is why we need visionary leadership that understands how to navigate the road ahead, not through the rearview mirror, but with foresight. I think it's also worth talking about debt. America has a debt problem, whether it be our consumer debt or our big corporate debt, and the moral hazard it presents as our big corporations become indebted. We don't have capitalism when they've got problems and our government bails them out every time and socializes their losses at the expense of taxpayers. We've got a corporate debt problem, and we also have a government debt problem. Right now, our government debt has exceeded the size of our economy. Our debt has reached the highest level in 75 years. The last time we had debt like this was during World War II. Who's going to bail out the United States of America? I spend a lot of time focused on currency and building technologies that enhance our currency and educating governments around the world how to use technology to improve currency. The US dollar's world reserve status is very important to this country. The US dollar is the foundation of our economy, and our reserve status is under threat. The US dollar's reserve status adds $20 to $30 trillion of value to our economy. It is very important we are making good decisions for our collective future as it relates to our currency and our debt. As Brittany said, and as former Senator Dean continued on, Minnesota is the capital of independent thinking and supporting independent candidates for office. So Minnesota, we have an opportunity together to make history. No state in this country has ever elected an independent candidate for president. We've only had one independent president in this country, and that was George Washington. Are we ready to elect the first independent candidate for president? I think it's time for real change. What did George Washington tell us in his closing address? He warned us about the risk of political parties. John Adams and the other founding fathers warned us of the risk and told us to never allow two political parties to become dominant. Let's not forget these lessons. Let's rise above partisan politics together and unite this nation again. This global crisis that we've been venturing through has left us no choice but to make a change, to leave the binary choice, the binary option that we have. Systems of two never work. When you have a system of two like a magnet, those binary choices will come together into collusion or polarize into absolute division. It's also worth noting what's happening in terms of technology and how social media is impacting our democracy. Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook announced today that they're banning political ads the week before the election. I'm not sure what the impact of this is going to be, but big technology is having a very big impact on our collective future. I'm not a career politician. I've held many offices all over the world, none of which were political, but I know how to build things out of nothing. I am not limited by the status quo. I am not limited by the present reality in which we live. I see beyond that. I see into the future, and I see a brighter future for the United States of America. I'd like to point out in our Constitution, we talk about we the people. But did you know when we say we the people, it does not mean all the people. We have an opportunity to upgrade America, to write a new operating system for this country, to create America 2.0. So how do we measure our government? How do we hold our government to account? How do governments judge themselves? One of the metrics they use is this idea of growth, or GDP, gross domestic product. The problem with growth is it doesn't differentiate between positive and negative growth. Forest fires in California create growth. Hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico create growth. Heating the air, the water, the earth, and poisoning our people and people having cancer creates growth. Treatment did not cure people creates growth. But this isn't the kind of growth that we want to incent. So I'm proposing another idea of how we measure our government and how our government should measure itself going forward. Borrowing from, again, the founding fathers, the idea of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life expectancy in America is in decline despite the advancements in technology and science and medicine. What if we judged our government and our government judged itself by life expectancy? That would align incentives in a way that would create an America we all want to live in. What if we judged our government by liberty? We're supposed to be the land of the free. What if we measured our government by freedom? Instead of being the country that has more people locked up per capita than anywhere in the world, we can become the country with the fewest people in prison. But having a justice score, justice does matter. Justice is critical. Justice just is. And the pursuit of happiness. Other governments around the world have created this concept of gross national happiness, where they're measuring the happiness of their people and judging their happiness. So these are three game-changing ideas. Changing the score or the metric of how we hold our government to account and how it can account for its own success. And see, this is just one big idea that can literally change the scope of our future. And it doesn't require us winning an election. This is something we can choose to do as the American people together. And so we're here to celebrate together with my running mate, who's a champion in diversity with background in government, big company, and entrepreneurial experience. True champion, who I'm glad, who's actually worked here in Minnesota for roughly a decade. Don't you know? So please welcome my presidential pick, my running mate, Carla Ballard. God bless Minnesota, and God bless America.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ron. It truly is an honor to accept this opportunity to run alongside of you. Senator Dean Barkley, thank you for accepting our request to run the operations. And Brittany Kaiser, you are a stellar campaign manager. Thank you all. This has been quite a moment for me. I'm a descendant of the Benin tribe in Africa. I'm a descendant of our Cherokee tribes in the Virginia area. I'm also the 5th generation great-granddaughter of Aaron Burr. This has been quite a journey for me personally, and it was not easy saying yes. I had a lot of my family, friends, and colleagues asking, "We're all working." to figure out a way to be unified, especially at such a time as this. I was born and raised in Philadelphia. I had the opportunity, ironically, to go to the University of Virginia to graduate there and go into banking. I ended up becoming the first female president of the National Urban League, which is one of the largest civil rights organizations. Started the Urban League, the first Urban League in the state of Delaware, and had an opportunity to speak before Congress in 1999 to discuss the reauthorization of the Juvenile Justice Prevention Act. My life has been filled with a commitment to identifying ways that we can bring all people together. The right, the left, the green. It makes no sense right now, in the midst of what we are facing with this pandemic, that we cannot find an opportunity to sit down at the same table and address the real needs of the people regarding instability within our economy, the pandemic that is absolutely tearing families apart. This is the time for us to unify. The other piece, just recently today, was announced we lost Daniel Cruz in March, another African American male that faced what we believe, although the facts have not yet come out, another senseless murder by our police officers. This has got to stop, and it has to stop today. My grandfather was the first Black chief inspector officer for the Philadelphia Police Department. I come from a long lineage of police officers, military, and veterans. There are amazing and extraordinary men and women, including my family, that have signed up for this type of service. It's a massive sacrifice. You're putting your families at risk. Those of us that are caregivers of our veterans go through all sorts of things that we can't even mention. But we have got to identify what are the solutions. And Brock and I have taken a lot of time with our team to identify solutions where we can address this issue of police brutality. With all that said, this is the time for Americans to serve as models. This is the time for us to encourage, support, and show compassion for those on the front line addressing COVID-19. And this is the time for us to heal the racial divide once and for all. I am pleased to stand before you as a vice presidential candidate for Brock Pierce 2020. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carla. Thank you, Brock. Thank you to Senator Dean Barkley for your historic endorsement of these two incredible candidates. And I'm honored to say also a historic endorsement of the independence movement that is growing across the United States of America. Us as Americans, as I said before, we can identify certain issues that all of us can agree upon, from technology innovation to access to mental health care, legalization of marijuana, indigenous people's rights. There are so many things that we are standing for, both in this specific campaign for president, as well as the growing independence movement that is tired of the partisanship in this country. We are here to help unite all of us so that we can move forward strongly together. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for your endorsement of what we are doing. Thank you for your energy that you are putting forth towards this. And may I now ask you all to join us, your friends, your family, people who care about politics and know that they have an option to get involved. Every single person here has the ability to have a positive impact on their communities, on their state, and on this country. We would love to give you all the resources that you need in order to become an activist yourself. We would love for you to go to rock.vote, sign up to volunteer, become a supporter, donate. Even $1 means that you are opting into this movement. You say, yes, I do see a clear way forward for all of us to work together to make positive change in this country. So for all of you that are here in person, please do see us afterwards, because we would love to give you the materials in order to make that positive impact in your communities along with us. So thank you all again for being here. It is an honor to be here in the great state of Minnesota, and God bless everyone.